So I just got my first contract violation from DoorDash. And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty upsetting because out of all the apps I've worked, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Instacart, Corner Shop when it was a thing, Burpee, never have I gotten a mark on my account saying I did not deliver my food. And that's what this contract violation was about. So I'll paint the scene so you guys can tell me what your thoughts on it, because I've been waiting for a while. It happened in March. See right here on the screenshot. And when you submit your thing or whatever, they said it could take a while for DoorDash to like review it. And I guess if they agree with you, they'll take it off. It's still on there. So I'm guessing they don't agree with what I was saying happened with the events of this situation. Here's the story. The order was 4 miles, $7. Not the best, but at that time, that was like the only thing that was coming in. So I thought I'd go ahead and take it. Plus, it was going into an area that I normally don't deliver in. But again, it was slow. Just trying to get some money. You know, that DoorDash thing says, you know, this might have a tip or the earnings could be more. However, they jack around the lingo. Anyway, took the order, picked it up, and the customer had the instructions. The instruction said, as soon as you come in, I'm going to be the building on the right. And I looked at the address to make sure I was pulling into the right complex. And then I looked at the apartment number, and it was an apartment number that started with 1. Now, if any of you who do deliveries know that building 1, 10, and 11 can sometimes have the same sequence. So building 1 could have a 3-digit number like 101, 102, 103, 104. Depending on how the complex numbers these things, it could be 101, 102, 1100. It could be like that in building 1. But if you're saying like 1100, you're probably thinking that's going to be like in building 10 or something like that, or building 11. Apartments are weird. If you know, you know. But if for those of you who don't just casually go walk out of your apartment complex and like look at the numbering sequence, I challenge you to do that, because you might actually be surprised at just how strange apartment numbers, for one, the buildings are laid out, and 2, how the door numbers are sequenced. But anyway, I pull in, find a parking spot right up front, and normally there's like different little hallways or corridors you can go into. It was the first one I went into, turned right, and there was the door. I'm like, oh, this is easy peasy, Japanese lemon squeezy. So I take the picture, making sure that the door number that I'm seeing in the app is the door number that I'm standing in front of. Text the customer and say, enjoy your food, have a nice day, whatever. Walk out to my car, hit complete delivery, and DoorDash right away shows you what your earnings are going to be. Unlike Uber, you have to wait like an hour or so, sometimes 24 hours to see exactly what you're going to get, because the customer can adjust the tip. And it came up right away. It said 4 miles, $7. Okay, cool. Nothing more, nothing less. So I'm driving away. I get about 2 miles from where I dropped that off at, and I get a text message from the customer. They was like, hey, I think I saved it. And they're like, hey, can you bring it to building 1? Granted, when you come in, building 10 is the number, or was the building on the right. Per your notes, you said I'm the first building on the right. So let me show you guys how this building looks. So as soon as you come in, you dead end at a building, and that would be building 1. This customer's door number started with 1. Her note said, I'm the first building on the right. But then I started questioning myself. I'm like, well, maybe I did misread this. But no, the apartment number matched the door that I was standing in front of. So I was like, no, that can't be right. So she texted me again, whatever this screenshot is saying. I'm like, wait a minute, something's off. So I end up pulling over. Like I said, I'm about 2 miles away from this. I'm not finna go back, not for $7. So I pull over and I reach out to DoorDash, and I'm explaining to them what's going on. I think I captured that on the screenshot. As I'm editing this, I'll try to make all this look decent and put this together. I'm just getting it out of my head right now. So I'm just reaching out to you guys, because if this customer report something wrong with their order, I want to have it on record what it shows. So I'm asking, like, do you see the last order that I just worked? Can you confirm from the order the customer's notes? Because as you can see, this is what they told me to do. And from the picture that I submitted, can you guys see that shows I'm standing in front of the door number that they put inside the app? Sorry, I had to go in and get my food. Anyway, I don't even think she was paying attention to what I was saying, because as you guys can see from the screenshots, she was just saying like, I'll go ahead and mark this order as delivered. I'm like, I've already done that. I'm just trying to make sure that you guys know that the order was dropped off in the location per the customer's notes. And she's like, okay, cool. Anything else I can help you? I said, you know what? Forget it. Fine, whatever. So I close it out. I'm thinking that's the end of it. You know, I go back into my app like a few days later, and as soon as I sign into my app, I get that violation notification where it said you can submit your information, which I did. Pretty much said the same thing I said to the agent. Like, I followed the notes. If you guys check the order, you'll see the notes, you'll see the door number, you'll see the address. This should be scrubbed off my account. And then they have like all these lists of like best practices you can use on how to take a picture, which I did, but that still didn't seem to help. So It's just messed up all the way around. They said after 100 deliveries, it'll be scrubbed off, which I'm not going to be doing 100 deliveries anytime soon on DoorDash. I do like 1 or 2 even when I go do deliveries when it comes to DoorDash. The funny part about it is still have 5 stars. So they just reported the food. Not deliver. I don't know. So I guess drivers, if you know how to accelerate this or how I can find out if my dispute was even received, let me know. Customers, before you make your order, check and double check your address to make sure you're living where you say you're living, because this is something that didn't even have to happen. It just sucks because I've never had this happen to any of my other deliveries, but it just had to happen in DoorDash. And well, anyway, I'm gonna go eat my food before it gets cold, and I'll catch you guys on the next ride. Peace.